Alright, boys and girls, it's time to crawl back in the trenches. More War on Christmas Village. See ya. Hi guys, welcome back to the workshop where we are continuing to work on the Nutcracker, the Rat King, because thinking is hard sometimes, and Blitzen. So I know we haven't been working on a whole lot of Blitzen lately. That's fine, because we're working on these two guys right here, the Nutcracker and the Rat King. And I'm using very similar palettes, even though you know, the box shows different color art. I've decided that I'm going to try and match pants to pants, and the red, of course, with the red, which is already there. So we're going to try and just do a bit of a matchy palette. Yeah, shows you that they actually do belong together. So it's very cool. While we were away, I just did some washes. Nothing terrible. But now we are going to go on and do some other stuff. The Rat King has what looks to be a ruff around his cloak. So what I'm going to do is, I'm in proper Christmas tradition, I'm gonna do it white, because why not? You know, like I say time and time again, these are your miniatures. Paint them however you wish. And to me, I kind of like the white fur look. So that's what I'm going to do. You can do, you can do whatever you want. You can do whatever color you want. You can keep it with the reds if you want to. Make them yours. And in doing so, in making these mine, I'm doing a kind of Christmas ruff around it. Well, a white fur ruff anyway. I have no idea why I'm doing it so far off to this side. Right about here is where I need to be. It's because I have the paint in the other guys, like right there. I don't know. So there it is. What I'm doing is I'm doing the large part, or the easy part, I guess, depending on how you want to look at it. The larger brush. There we go. See? I thought he was kind of in my way. I'm gonna kind of get part of this done too before we switch. There we go. That looks pretty cool. It's kind of Christmassy. Okay, so now what we're doing is we're switching from the medium layer brush to the small layer brush, because now we're getting into finicky parts. I want a little bit more control. And what we're getting into is we're getting into the stuff around the shoulders. You know, on the front of the old Rat King. There we are. So there's his cloak lined in white Christmas fur, just like Santa Claus or the Krampus, Mrs. Claus. There we are. Now if you'll notice, there's a dark spot right there. That's a jewel. So what we're going to do is we are going to take a very... We're not actually going to take... We're going to cheat a little bit with this one. This is how to make things look good fast. Okay. There it is. No, I have something even brighter. Okay. There's this color called Stormhost Silver. And it's actually a really bright silver color. Put that aside for now. Take a little bit of the Stormhost Silver. Put it on your palette, of course. Remember which figure we're doing out of the three. And then what we're going to do we are going to paint that jewel. There we go. And let that dry up just a couple minutes. It's not going to take very long. So while we're doing that, we're gonna, move on to one of the other characters that we have here. But just before we do that, I thought I do. We're gonna do a nice Christmas color. And of course, Christmas colors are red and green and white, of course. So I have this technical paint called Waystone Green. And you just take a little bit of it. You kind of dollop it. On that silver. And it kind of gives it a gem effect. So it looks like it's a green gem. Super fast, super easy. Makes the gems look pretty darn good, at least as far as I'm concerned. Okay. Down there it goes. So I don't know how easy it's going to be able to see. Kind of see how the green gem just pops. Now, let's grab this. Yeah. Trust me, it looks good. So we're going to put the Rat King off to the side for a bit while we go and look at some of the others. I'm going to take some black. We want to be a little bit precise, so we're going to take the small layer brush again. Some black on the palette. Add that tiny bit of water. And we're going to try and tidy up. The belt and the hair. And the eyebrows. And the hat. Basically just about anything that's black. Don't worry. We'll be able to tell the difference. Of course. Should you though? And here's a Nutcracker. Everything's just painted. And he does have a moustache, which we can pick out. There we are. Give the boots a once over. There we go. Now we will have to do the eyes and the rosy cheeks. And we'll figure that out in a bit. we are. For the most part, we have the belt redone. We'll worry about it later. Do the eyes, the rosy cheeks. We're gonna try and get them going. So we're gonna use that Corax white again, which is a white, but not quite a white. It's kind of very light gray. And now what I'm going to do is going to introduce a new piece of equipment that I have. It's going to make me look funny, but you know what? For doing eyes, it's awesome. So, take my small layer brush. There it is. Small layer. I'm going to put down the visor. Don't be afraid to, use new tools or new things that'll help you do your miniatures. I mean, for the longest time, I was actually resistant. It's like, I don't need anything. I can see good enough without my glasses. I'm nearsighted, or short-sighted, depending on how you want to think about it. I don't need any help. Being short-sighted gives me the ability to focus up close. Yeah, well. While still true, this actually helps me get detail that would probably... Oh, I'm doing it way off camera. Sorry, guys. Just, allows me a level of detail that I probably would mess up. So I try and keep the tip as fine as possible. And the paint flowing as nicely as possible. And if I have to go back and touch up, that's okay, that's not too bad. I'd rather a little bit of touch up than a splooch and a big old mess. kind of see that he's got the whites of his eyes. There we go. Sometimes it will focus, and other times it just goes, yeah, you know, I'm done for the day. So there we are. Now it's literally just putting a few little details in, doing some touch-ups. Maybe a couple highlights. For the most part, almost want to call the Nutcracker done. Well, I mean, we still have to do the rosy cheeks, and then fix a couple of the paint splooches. But so I'm really liking this thing. You know, as much as I like to say, hey, I can paint without glasses, or I can paint without anything. And while that's, you know, still true to a point, I like I like this new thing because it brings everything up into focus. I know I like it. It allows me to do eyes on even smaller miniatures, or smaller eyes, I should say, than this guy. This gives me, it allows me to do a level of control and a level of detail that I thought I was good with, but apparently I can do better. So, the next time we're in the workshop, we're going to continue on the Rat King, the Nutcracker, and Blitzen. Probably focus a little bit more on Blitzen because these two are nearly finished. So we go back to Blitzen, boom. Just do a couple things on him. Basically, it's a couple highlights, and he's done too. So these guys are just about done. The only thing I really have to do is, yeah, like I said, just a few little details here and there, some cleanup, and the bases. And the bases are going to be real easy. I've already got that figured out. I'm going to base them the same way as I based everybody else, and I'm just going to use the oh goodness, I can't remember them. It's the paint terrain stuff. The texture paint. I'm going to use the Valhallan Blizzard. There it is. The Valhallan Blizzard, because snow. Right? So there it is. Another we're running out of time quickly. So until next time, paint safe, and we'll see you in the workshop.